As promised, we'd like to return to Shadow and Bone Season 1 and the 5 fun facts that you might have missed, as well as why that might have happened. Here we will reveal and talk about facts 3, 4 and 5. So if you haven't seen the previous video with numbers 1 and 2, find the link in description below and see it, because fact number 2 will just blow your mind. Otherwise, let's dive right in. We will assume you've seen our previous video and know about Shadow and Bone universe, or as they call it, Grishaverse. Fun fact number 3. Russian vocabulary and language. Let's look at some terms you might have heard in Shadow and Bone that meant nothing to the English speaker but were very familiar to the European audience. Kefta, the long embroidered coats worn by the Grisha army. Each Grisha order has its own kefta color and incrustation. You'll notice the beautiful blue and gold kefta that Alina wore to the reception. Well, kofta in Russian is an old-style female clothing that was worn at night on top of a gown. Word kofta currently used as sweater or a jumper. Merzost is a dark and forbidden fog-like substance. Merzost pushes past the boundaries of the pure world and the small science, preventing and perverting the act of creation. Only a couple of Grishas in historical past have been effective, determined, and power-hungry enough to actually use Merzost. It extracts a horrible value upon a Grisha who makes an attempt to use it, typically rebounding with the terrible outcomes. Shadowfold was created as a result of this Merzost. Well, the word Merzost comes directly from Russian language. It means something nasty, foul, and disgusting. Totally fits here, doesn't it? Спасибо. With no changes, that is thank you in Russian language as well as in Grishaverse. Basically, Ravkan is not exactly the same as Russian, but is heavily influenced by it as well as Mongolian language. It seems in part to have a mostly Russian vocabulary, and after making our research we can confirm that there are plenty of other words which can be easily interpreted by a Slavic-speaking person without any difficulty. Fun fact that number 3 also includes the Sistema, the raw system, Russian patriotic system of self-defense. It is a hand-to-hand combat technique developed by Alexander Ivanovich Tunskih, a variant of the Russian hand-to-hand combat style patented in 1995. A characteristic feature of the raw system, like other subspecies of the Russian style, is the absence of such a concept as a technique itself. The system is based on the actions, taking into account the biomechanical features of a person, and is based on the basic movements, the options for which depend on specific circumstances and conditions. Show creators took it to heart, and this is something that was used in the TV series. It is rumored that actors worked closely with the fight coordinators on set who taught them this Russian martial arts style. The system contains those techniques that would be called dirty in a sports duel. Those include shocks in the groin, nipple pinching, tearing out ribs and collarbones, ripping lips and gouging eyes, poking and pressing into painful areas of the body. Those are just a few of the specific dirty moves. It actually reminds us of Krav Maga. Fun fact number 4. Stag in Russian mythology. All of us remember the gorgeous stag from Shadow and Bone Season 1. It was so beautifully done and had a lot of meaning. Myths about stags are present in different cultures and stories, Harry Potter books for example, but they all have one thing in common. Stag is a symbol of victory of good over evil, truth over lies. From Christian Russian standpoint, stag is given a very important role. Stag is considered to be the animal drinking water by the cross of the Savior. It is a symbol of faith, and stag stomping the ground represents destruction of evil. So it is very meaningful that Stag granted his powers to Alina. Finally, fun fact number 5. Locations that might be real. The first season of Shadow and Bone takes place across the fictional countries, but all feel like distinctly different settings. Filming for Shadow and Bone took place in the country of Hungary in Central Europe. and much in studio and on location filming took place in historical sites in Budapest, Hungary's capital. Some of the locations mentioned in Shadow and Bone are actually real. For example, Kerch is an island nation to the east of Shuhan in the middle of the True Sea. As the hub of all international trade and main global shipping port, Kerch has amassed a great deal of wealth and has the leverage to remain neutral and in international conflicts. In real life, Kerch founded 2600 years ago as an ancient Greek colony. Kerch is considered to be one of the most ancient cities in Crimea, which is currently part of Russia. The city experienced rapid growth starting in the 1920s and was the site of a major battle during World War II. Tsibeya, an inhospitable frozen tundra region covered by permafrost that separates the northern border of Ravka from Fjorda. Well, who hasn't heard about Siberia? So this place also exists. Noviy, also known as the nation of Zemeni, Noviy sits across the True Sea opposite Fjerda and Ravka. It's bordered by the Wandering Isle to the north, the southern colonies to the south, and the True Sea to the east. Noviy is a relatively young nation compared to the others and has become known as a haven for those who want to start a new life. It's also the sole producer of hurda. Noviy is inspired by the frontier colonies of America and Australia. What would you think if I told you about Novaya Zemlya? Does it sound familiar? Novaya Zemlya is an administrative territorial unit and a municipal entity as part of the Arkhangelsk region of the Russian Federation. The region and the municipality are located on the territory of the Novaya Zemlya archipelago and belong to the regions of the Russian far north, as well as the territories of the Arctic zone of the Russian Federation. Its flag has two cute polar bears on it. It's quite as different from America and Australia as possible, right? So now that you know the 5 fun facts of Shadow and Bone Season 1, it might be clear why you missed them. They come from a Slavic point of view. If you liked the video and learned something new, please hit the like button and subscribe for new videos. And if you have your own fun theories, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear and read all about them. Thank you and bye bye.